like I said, me and Martha are one of the last two people on council that really knew what was going on. Why I'm saying this is because no one employee should be paying another employee that type of money before it comes to all of us and get approved. Because let me explain to you why. There was no 4-year back pay because Chief Hills, because of all of the legal things that were going on, he was on salary for 3 years. Okay? Now, the way it was worked out, we got credited for the unemployment portion. We put him back on, salary in May of 2011. So what we owed was that gap, which was $42,000 in back pay. The chief refused to come back to work until that $42,000 was paid. There was a letter sent, and Pat was here. We were going to pay him in 2 installments, okay? When we got our tan, we paid $20,000. When we got the biggest portion of our taxes, we paid the other $22,000. That was it. Even the contract that we prepaid to go to arbitration did not give back pay.
I think we need to have an executive meeting and discuss Chief Hills at an executive meeting. Okay?
I'm not what let me
do.
ask you the question.
That's
My question to you and to you, Master, why did we pay Hills $17,000 in back pay for 14, Freddie? I'm asking you because nobody asked us. It didn't come before council. We didn't approve it. We didn't know it because all we've been doing is proving the bill list. I sat down and went over the bill list. And when I saw it, I'm like, we didn't know back pay. So really, now, here's the thing. It didn't go through our payroll. Now, this is what puts us on the hole with this. The money that we paid him for back pay all went through payroll. These 2 checks came out of our general fund. So we've already been in trouble with employment taxes. That's one of the things they didn't say, but we were with employment taxes for years. No employer taxes got paid on that money. No employee taxes got paid on that money. Nor was it reported to the IRS because we don't report our general fund. If it went through our payroll company, all of that would be taken care of because our payroll company takes care of our 940s, our 941s, which goes to the IRS. And that's 2014. What I'm asking you, Freddie, is, did you know about it? Did you know about it?
Let me tell you something. I'm just going to make a statement. We do have to have an executive session and talk about Chief Hills, okay, and his involvement in politics in this town as an employee. Do I know about where the money came from? Was it lawsuits? Let me tell you something. I'm just going to tell you something. The FOP has milked this town, has used the councils previous like they're a bunch of fiddles. Okay, and you know what? Everybody goes, yeah, they're the cops. But like I said, been saying, the very first night I cut hundreds of $1,000s off of the bills and did bring Chief Hills back because we couldn't afford to pay him to sit home for whatever reason. Am I happy if Chief Hills is doing a good job at a lot of things? Yes, he's doing a good job at a lot of things. Does Chief Hills want to make more money than we can afford to pay him? And does the FOP, who doesn't care about one person in Colwyn, want to do that? Yes, absolutely, they got to do that. But the only way that we're going to make progress about Chief Hills or anything else is in an executive meeting, not out here in public.
I'm asking you.
Not out here in public.
Excuse me, Freddie. What I'm asking you, and I'm not talking about, I'm asking you about the money because it came out of the general fund. That's all I asked. Did you know that we paid out $17,000, one employee to another, that did not come before council.
I knew many things didn't come before council. Many things didn't come before council when you were
Don't
on
start-
council.
no,
As Paula
this
Brown
is
did a
what
few
I'm saying.
things with the Fraternal Order
I'm
Police
saying-
and Chief Hills, yes she did. Do I get on the phone and scream and holler at her? She'll be the
All right,
first one to tell you that.
let's move on, Fred. We'll have
She'll be the
a,
first one to tell you that.
we'll schedule an
We need to talk about an executive
Fred.
session with Chief Hills.
we will schedule an executive session to talk about this.
Yeah, we do. We need
I
an
want to ask you a
executive session.
question. Do you have a finance report for the people to read? Would you please
right
read
here.
that?
Yeah, I have that one.
Thank you, sir.
Ready?
Go ahead, shoot
We
'em.
need to fix the lights again.
Okay.
The tax account has 25,917 and some change. The general fund has $105,092 and some change. Payroll has $46,000 in it. The health savings account has $5,500 in it, and the fire escrow has $8160 in it. And then the balance accounts, the general fund has $1,361. The sewer fund has $1,329. The fire tax has $18. The highway aid is $42,000, and that is about it. And the January bills, everybody has the January bills.
I have a
posted.
question.
Go ahead.
No.
Can we actually see the bank accounts where those monies are? It doesn't matter who is under investigation, we're still legislating.
I'm not
I
concerned. I don't
asked
believe in
you,
investigation.
and I asked you, Freddie, because you read this out. Our tax bills just went out, so no
Yes, you
taxes
did.
have been
Yes, you
paid yet. And what you're saying is unbelievable, because at this time of the year, we have no money if we don't take a tax time. You're telling me it's
We
$100.
did it last year,
No,
too.
no. You're
do you wanna
telling me
talk
that there's
I
$100
would like
and
to
some
address
thousand
these
dollars
two
in
issues.
the
All right.
account. Now, I've been asking for the actual bank accounts since forever. I asked John. I even called John and said, John, this is the time I'm gonna have off. Can you set it up? And if anybody listens to that tape from the 30th, you will hear John say, oh, I forgot, but it ain't gonna be today or tomorrow.
John has done a great job.
Actually, I
in this
volunteered to
community.
do it that
He's
day.
done a great
First,
job.
And you
first,
refused.
no, I didn't refuse.
You
First
did.
of all, this is what I'm saying. We're getting ready to have the manager creep in. I'm talking to you, Freddie.
Creep in.
We are talking due to the fact that there's some other things on these bills that I would like to bring up. This is a committee meeting. He is the finance chair. I am
Can you clarify?
I
Yes.
am a council
If I have the
person.
floor.
I am asking, and this is why we can't get anything done, because we want to rush through it.
We have accomplished so much in the last year. It's amazing.
Jeanette, Councilman Prey,
I have a question. I'm not a man. I'm a
Or-
council person.
Councilperson Prey.
Wait a minute.
Or
Are you
borough
getting ready to
man-
step on? Are you getting ready to step on my First Amendment rights?
No.
Okay, I'm still talking to Freddie.
Well, the
30
borough
minutes.
manager
I'm still
can,
talking to Freddie. I'm still
the
talking
borough
to
manager
Freddie.
can clarify this issue.
I'm talking to Freddie. He's the finance chair.
All right.
He's the finance chair.
If I
Can you
have to
answer the
ask
question,
Paula-
Mr. Lesher?
Sometimes I ask Paula Brown.
I
Can you
understand,
answer
but
the
I
question,
have not
Fred?
finished
No, Fred,
answering.
Paul, I have to
asking-
Maybe Mrs. Brown can.
Can I?
Mr. President, may I please have the floor?
Go
Can I
ahead.
wait a minute. I hadn't finished,
Rule around.
Paul.
This is
Okay.
30
I
minutes just
haven't
talking.
finished. I have one more question.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. I know you don't have these
Oh,
bills,
dear.
You need to move out of my way.
but
Come
I
on,
need,
Paul.
I need
Move
to
over,
know
Bob Still.
this.
Thank you.
You need to stop moving back and forth.
Go ahead.
Okay, on October bills, there was a deductible for Brian Sterling for $25,000. On the November bill, there was a deductible for Brian Sterling for $25,000. Now, let me finish, and then you can ask. Now, on January 2015 bill list, there's still $25,000 deductible for Brian Sterling. My question is, if you looked at these, all these bills, they're the same for all of last year, and we haven't been
Mr.
looking at
President,
it.
may I please have the
So
floor
I'm
to address
asking
this?
you,
Mrs. Price,
are we
she can
passing these,
clarify
are we
this for
paying
you.
these, or are we getting these, the same bills month after month after month?
These bills here, I did discuss
May I
this
please
with Paul.
clarify this?
Paul has to go to answer
Go
about
ahead.
them deductibles for the insurance company. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Chairman.
Go ahead, Berm.
As for the deductibles of Bryant Sterling for $25,000, that's carried over month after month because we don't have the money to pay it. We just paid $25,000 for the Jade Hayes case. And every lawsuit that was instituted under your administration now has a $25,000 to $50,000 deductible.
This wasn't just.
With that bill list, when the bills are compiled, is a list of bills. That doesn't mean we're going to pay those bills.
I have a question.
Please don't interrupt me. I have the
Let her
floor.
finish. Go ahead.
I have a question.
I have the floor.
I have a question to you.
Those bills are carried over month after month. If we have the money to pay them, we pay them. Now, to address your situation with the TAN that we did not get, you did not apply for a TAN. You applied for it, and Beneficial turned it down because we didn't have an audit. Now,
No, it didn't.
let
And,
me
excuse me,
finish.
excuse me.
Do not.
Wait a minute.
I
Hold
have
up,
the floor.
Hold up. Hold up.
Let her
You may
speak.
have the
Let me
floor.
finish.
Paula, you may
No,
have
I
Let
have
her
the
speak to
floor.
that.
Paula,
Go
she
ahead.
As
may
far
have the
as
floor,
the
but she cannot
payments
throw
to
something
Chief
out there that
Hills-
she don't know about, because I have the
In
paperwork
April
for that
of
thing.
2014, we were mandated by Judge McEwen to discuss and go to court for the FOP stipulation. There were several meetings of council of which you attended. There was a special meeting called for all of council, of which Mrs. Williams was there and signed off on the stipulation. And the stipulation to pay Chief Hills was because you fired him 5 years ago, and he sat home, and the judge ordered you numerous times to put him back to work, and you refused to put him back to work.
That's
So
not
we
true.
had to pay
That's not true.
all of his money back. That check that was written out of the general fund, there was an emergency meeting because we were called into court again because we did not pay, because you let their health insurance expire for a year. And now we are mandated by the court to pay their health insurance 1 year in advance. We had to bring them all up to the